Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I made a video last week criticizing, and I don't like to do that. I want to put positive things into the world. I want to help grow humanity. There's a lot of young males out there at the moment, involuntary celibate. A lot of men that are angry at the world. This is going to be a character study, all right? We're going to do a bit of improv. We're going to change ourselves, okay? Why am I going to do that? Why am I helping people? What qualifies me? Well, guys, I'm special if you haven't figured out already. I'm the chosen one. I've been put on this planet to manipulate. I've constantly got people penning me, trying to get my ear, make me join their cult. And I've recently received a letter from the JHs, a personalized handwritten letter from a lovely lady called Patricia. Okay. And it's personally addressed to me, all right? Specifically me. I'm the only one that got this letter. Dear neighbors, when we look at the Bible of 2 Timothy 3 pound, so because this is special book from God, thus daily life and dope, that furthers explains how you can learn more on many subjects. Signed, Patricia. Okay, I'm a special person, it seems. A person of interest that I've been called before by the intelligence agency. It feels correct that they would send a man of my social credit score a letter begging me to read their little book. All right, but it's not written very well. You know, it reads like someone's written that who hasn't spoken English for longer than 3 months. That's fine, all right? They must get all the human trafficking victims to do it. I'm not just full of cum. I've got some good ideas as well. This play's going to see your bank and your social score vibrate quite a lot. And it might be too hot to handle for a lot of you. Some of you might cower in the corner like victims. But we're going to start investing in the English language. What does that sound like? I'm telling you now, we're not broadening our vocabulary. And we're not using long intellectual words. We are judging the popularity of words. Then we're going to evaluate with market research how they are going to increase our social score. And I know you can't buy words, all right? I'm not an idiot, but you can use them. Listen, I can go on all day about this. I better show you some examples. First one, all right, is retard. There's going to be a few people that are going to hear that and they're going to go, are you retarded? Why would you say that? It's a classic. They don't make words like this anymore. Was very popular for a long time. And if you look, over recent years, it's declined in popularity quite a bit, right? Peaking 1777. Say that with a cock in your mouth, and it dipped. I think it got medical. And then ever since about 1950s, it's on a slow decline. They don't make them like this anymore, guys. Gets the point across quick and fierce. Funny, but over recent years become frowned upon in many circles. This is why it's a long shot pick. We're not betting the house on this one. This is going to be our money maker. The one that we're going to see really take off. You got to hedge your bets on a word like this, and I'm going to show you one later. Because you're going to start using this word, you may lose your job, your family, and probably you're going to alienate a lot of your friends. All right, they're going to say you make everyone uncomfortable. All right, whatever that means. Let's evaluate it, okay? It's had more than a 75% drop from its all-time high. Does the graph look familiar to anyone? No? What about IBM in 2002? Does it look familiar yet? What about Microsoft 2008? Still not looking familiar, eh? What about Apple 2020? Okay, now we're starting to make a little sense, aren't we, guys? The way that I picked this word because people get offended by it, all right? I think this one's going to play out like the word queer. For a few years, it was looking like this was going to be a ban, a do not use, all right, and a do not resuscitate. This one's out with with all the homophobia. But the gays, very smart people, They adopted it. All right. They made it some sort of classification of gay. All respect to them. It is absolutely booming. Now it gets passed around like a blunt. And that's what I think is going to happen to retard. If you start using this word now, people are going to call you a trendsetter in a couple of years. Hey, when it's on all the programs, when the kids are using it, you'll look like a god. But coming in next, all right, this is my safe bet. This is one that cannot fail, all right? The banker. This one is goober. And this is my safe bet against retard. Goober is another another way of saying retard, all right? But more family friendly. And this is why I think it's always going to be in play. But all we've seen is progress. Recently, it's had a little bit of a correction, but I'm very confident that this is really only ever going to go up. And we've not even hit its all-time high yet. Seemingly, it looks like it's recession-proof. And it's always the first pick for some sort of religious father whose son's just dismembered a cat, comes in crying, "Oh, Jason, you goober." It's lovely. It's family friendly. It'll be used forever, okay, on TV and in real life. Valentine's Day, guys, today. And I was feeling sad. It's a day where everyone feels a lot of love. And, I don't have a girlfriend at the minute. I was looking at my Facebook stories and I was flicking through and some girl put up a picture of a quiche shaped like a love heart that she'd made. And then I actually felt a bit of pride in my situation. That I didn't have to sit at a dinner table looking across from someone who had made a quiche in the shape of a love heart. So we're going to try and get some bitches, guys. And it starts off with yourself, all right? You cannot put yourself out there if you are a loser, all right? A lot of you guys have thin wrists, I've been told. That's what everyone says about you behind your back. Look at him walk. Look how thin his wrists are. Straight away, let's just do some easy things. If a old person, and that's somebody that is over the age of 70, comments on your Facebook profile, you are a loser. It's pathetic and it's very weak. And if you've already responded to these nanans and these granddads, just leave this video right now, okay? Because you're already lost and you should go and watch Emmerdale and drink soup. In the wild, when chimpanzees get to a certain age where they can't provide anything useful, they get torn apart limb from limb. It's brutal. But we don't do that, and we should. If you aren't religious like me, you can't have a bar mitzvah, okay? The new coming of age story, marking the introduction of a young man into the adult world, or young woman. You need to publicly ridicule your senile old person, nana, granddad, the one that comments under your profile picture. You know the one. Get rid of him. Say horrible things, then block them. I'm trying to G you guys up. All my male and lesbian soldiers out there. We're tightening everything about us up. We're going to come into summer so slick, we won't even need to put sun cream on. It's no secret that women love crime, all right? Ask any woman that you know. They all watch these documentaries of serial killers, all right? They love it, all right? There's a biological part of all women. Deep down, they all yearn to be made a mural on the side of a post office. That sounds a little bit like something a school shooter would write in his manifesto. All right, okay, that's not what I'm going for here. I say things sometimes and I think, I can imagine that being played back in court. Guys, we're going to start wearing the skins of other people. In a character is improv, all right? You want to become someone that's mysterious. A character that people shudder when they see walking down the street. Someone that looks like they could do something horrible, but never actually does. Someone that's scary, but capable in a good way. There's nothing more erotic than a man that can chop something up and survive. All right, let's just be honest. Someone that chops wood and then can light a big fire. And you're gonna need to learn how to disappear for 6 months for this. All right, like Michael Corleone in The Godfather. not the Unabomber. It's romantic, living in Italy, getting married to an Italian wife, okay? Someone that can survive off the grid has a different personality to a stupid civilian. You learn to be resourceful, to sleep, frightened. If this was maybe 40 years ago, I'd recommend chopping up letters out of a newspaper so that you can construct your own mysterious notes, love letters, all right? But now we're not really doing that anymore, okay? No one writes letters anymore. We're going to do it with emojis. You're going to write all of your feelings and totally communicate only in emojis. And this will take a lot of training, all right? Everyone wants the quick trick, the overnight success story. I'm going to be honest, guys. This isn't going to work for you tomorrow, the week after, not even the next month. This is a 5-year project. People are going to call you mentally handicapped, all right? A freak, someone that shouldn't be taken seriously, and a social outcast. Well, one day you might actually end up with a female, all right? I'm just going to keep laying down tips, all right? We love tips. As soon as this video ends, I want you all to start itching, all right? Start itching your skin, visibly red hands, and eczema. When people ask what's happened, why are you so red? Say you've been playing with battery acid. Say you've been putting your hands in bleach, trying to scratch your fingerprints off. When people hear that, men will be scared of you. Women will be intrigued. Whenever you make a phone call, and this is not going to happen a lot, phone calls, sorry, that was your past life. You're not really a phone guy anymore, okay? It's emojis only over text message. But maybe you need to ring your mom. Maybe she's worried about you, okay? Any phone call you make, you start it off saying you think people are listening, and every minute or so it goes, you bring it back up again. You barely let the person you're talking to have a thought without you mentioning that you're pretty sure people are triangulating your shit, okay? No more eye contact, all right? We're looking at everyone's shoes from now on, boys, and we're only drinking cream. I'm calling it cream maxing. All right. I've been looking up the nutritional value of cream, and guess what? You only need to drink about a liter of it. All right. At my size, it's about a liter. A lot of you are probably 5 foot, 300 pounds, probably liter and a half, maybe even less. No protein in double cream, just fats and sugar. And that's going to give you a solid build, something that can survive days without food, but also a sort of Rubenesque look to your shadow. Because that's what we are now. We're not thinking of how we look in the mirror. We're thinking about how we look in the pavement, behind a corner, in the darkness. All right? We're becoming night people. This is the last little tip. You want to start referring to all your relationships. This is with friends or romantic, like a UFC matchup. When family ask you about how dates are going, hey, that girl that you went to see on the weekend, how is it? You want to respond like you're in a press conference, all right, and a journalist has just asked you a question. You're trying to sell a fight. Well, I'm not saying you're not violent, all right? That's not what I'm saying. It's about how you talk. That girl that you were seeing on Saturday, how did it go? This is important for lesbians, by the way. Yep, I think I'm a nightmarish matchup for her, to be honest. Her style and my style, it's going to make a great show. I'm a lot to handle. And my speed will overcome her.